The 10 lepers came to Jesus with desperate longing. He cured them, all of them. Only one returned to give thanks, a Samaritan. In Jesus' day, Jews and Samaritans were at complete odds with each other. And here we see how a common misfortune had broken down racial and national barriers. In the common tragedy of their leprosy, they had forgotten, albeit for a moment, that they were Jews and Samaritans, and they remembered only that they were people in need. So often, once a person gets what he or she wants, he or she never comes back. But in this gospel from Luke, the one who does come back is not a Jew. He's a Samaritan. He had a disease that most people found absolutely repellent. He was an object of scorn. He was one who lived on the margins, often in the shadows. But in this person, Jesus saw someone else. And Jesus gave him what he hungered for: healing, wholeness, dignity. Jesus gave a scarred, disfigured human being a new body, a new start, a new lease on life. You see, in the eyes of Christ Jesus, all are people of possibility, dignity, and hope. All. Everyone. Jesus is never selective when it comes to the human person. Herein we see what I would call the extravagant generosity of God. One who has blessed us with so much in this life. How can we possibly take what we want from him and never come back? This brings me to a very important message that I want each one of us to hear most deeply today. Please bear with me for a moment. As many of you know, hopefully all of you know, whether you are with us here in this church or watching at home, we are currently in the middle of our annual Stewardship renewal. Stewardship is something that encompasses our entire life. It isn't just about money and generosity. But a big part of it is ensuring that our parish meets the needs of our parishioners, as well as others who may not be part of our parish. For us to be able to do that, all of us need to support the parish so that our mission may be fulfilled. As you discern your commitment to the parish for the upcoming year, we ask you this afternoon to reconsider your current level of support and how you might help our parish by increasing your support. You knew that was coming, didn't you? Currently, Blessed Trinity Parish is experiencing a serious deficit. We don't want that to go on in such a way that it leads us down a road that we don't want to travel and then have people walk up to us and say, "Why didn't you tell us?" We're telling you. For the year that ended on June 30th, we were in the red by almost $180,000. Like all of you, we are feeling the effects of inflation. Our offertory and grand annual collections were almost $77,000 below what we collected just a few years ago. The Finance Council has been trying to trim expenses, taking advantage of staff attrition when possible, but that can only take us so far before we need to start cutting services that we offer the people of God. Obviously, something that we don't want to do. Just recently, we withdrew $50K from savings just to meet expenses, leaving in our savings account a balance of $12K. Father Peter mentioned a couple weeks ago that to keep our finances viable, we really need to see everyone contribute at least 2% of their income to the parish. 2%. We are in the process of beginning our grand annual campaign. But we also need you to prayerfully consider increasing your regular weekly offertory. The sooner, the better. If you cannot increase your giving to get to the 2% of your income right away, we get it. Please try your best to do so at a pace that makes sense to you. And for those who can increase at an even faster rate, or even give more, we are most grateful if you will. We are most grateful if you at least consider that. Additionally, over the coming months, look for times when you have money come in that wasn't even planned on. That happens to me all the time. When those opportunities arise, just reflect on whether you are able to use some of those blessings to help the parish. We know that these are extremely challenging times. The cost of everything is going right through the roof, and we ain't seen nothing yet. And here we are asking for more from you. But look at it this way. This may be a pipe dream, but I hope it's not. We have approximately 3,900 registered families in Blessed Trinity Parish, most of which we do not see or hear from on a regular basis at all. People rightly expect the church to be there for them when someone is born, when someone is sick, when someone dies, when it's time to receive first reconciliation, first communion, confirmation, and matrimony. And then, in the vast majority of those cases, we never see or hear from them again. My dear people, this is obviously a huge problem. It is a huge problem that we must not and will not turn a blind eye or a deaf ear to. If there is something that we are not doing or doing well that we need to hear from you, you have every opportunity in the world to tell us. A very, very small percentage of parishioners has stepped up in a most generous way, and we thank them from the bottom of our hearts. Many of those such people are right here in these pews right now. What we need to do is increase that percentage. You see, this is not just about people giving more. This is about more people giving. I'm going to repeat that. This is not just about people giving more. It's about more people giving. If more of us step up in the areas of prayer, participation, and generosity, then all that we are asking ceases to be an undue burden on anyone. As I said just a few seconds ago, maybe you say, this is a pipe dream. We must act now to make it a reality. Very soon, a letter will be sent to every single household in the parish regarding the upcoming grand annual collection for the parish, as well as a study to explore the feasibility of a desperately needed capital campaign for Blessed Trinity Parish. We are totally committed, as I stand here before you, to the viability of our total parish. But we can only honor this commitment with your help. I know that we can do this. I know that we can do this. Why? Because I believe in God. And after all, it's God's church. I believe in God, and I believe in you. I really do. And I know I speak on behalf of Peter Quinn when I say that as well. So thank you for hearing me out today. Please incorporate this into your stewardship commitment for this year. I know that you will. God love you and your loved ones too.